Is your extended family causing you some problems in your divorce, in your post-divorce life with your kids? Is your extended family running their mouth too much where your kids can hear it? Or are they going directly to your children and saying things that are just not for children to hear? In today's episode, we are going to talk about what you do as that parent when you know either your family or his family is running their mouth around the children about you, about him, or just about the situation of divorce and custody. So typically it starts out small, little comment here, little comment there. Hey, you should have your dad do this. Hey, I wish your dad would show up more. Hey, your dad hasn't paid for any of that. Hey, your dad hasn't done that. And they slowly but surely start putting their 2 cents on what they think is going on. You know, they put their perspective, they put their opinion, they put their viewpoint out for people to hear. And sometimes our children are in the room. Sometimes our children are within earshot. Sometimes our children are standing right in front of them, and that's who they're talking to. For some reason, our extended family and his feel as though it's okay because, well, they're not in the battle. They're not in the case. They're not in the situation. So they're not really causing harm. They're not doing anything bad because, well, sometimes they're elderly. They're older people and they think, well, I'm entitled to my opinion and I'm just expressing it. Well, also what you're doing is talking to our child in a way that they don't need to hear. See, us as the parents that are actually in the situation, the ones, that are in the divorce, our job is to protect our kids. And sometimes age appropriateness plays a factor. Sometimes we have to protect our young kids from hearing derogatory comments, negative comments, hostile, toxic, vicious comments about their other parent. And the last thing we want is our child to hear it from someone else they also love. To hear grandpa talk so bad about their dad would break a kid's heart. But is that kid going to say, Grandpa, stop? Most of the time, not. Most of the time, that child won't have the courage or the balls to say, Grandpa, you're being mean. Grandpa, you shouldn't say that. Grandpa, why are you talking about my dad so bad? Because see, the child, hopefully, has been sheltered and neglected from a lot of the toxicity of the going on in the relationship, but not always. And these other people, these extended family members feel like they should jump in, give their 2 cents. The child should know. The child should know what the truth is. Well, do they? Do they need to know yet? They're 6, they're 7, they're 13, they're 14. Hell, their frontal lobe isn't even developed yet. Do we really need to be telling them things that they can't even comprehend? Do we need to be talking bad about someone they love? Because while you, Grandpa, may not like their dad, it's still their dad. So there we sit, the divorced person, the one that caused the mess, right? Not really, but we played a part in it. We caused the situation where our child is now having divorced family and they have this grandpa in this situation that's just tongue lashing the hell out of their dad. And we're sitting there. What do we do? What the fuck do you do when your own grandpa, their grandpa, your dad is bashing on your ex? What do? You step in. You walk up, intervene, and you say, hey, that's enough. She doesn't need to hear that conversation. That is not for her ears. You've expressed your point. We need to drop it. We need to move on. She doesn't need to be hearing stuff like that. That child, your child, needs to hear you come to their rescue. You're not deflecting or defending what they're saying about dad. It might be the truth. But what you are doing is giving that child a sense of relief of making it stop to where they don't have to listen anymore. But also you're coming to the rescue and saying, hey, let's keep it friendly here. This kid's too young to be hearing stuff like that. You're trying to keep your kid innocent for a little bit longer. And if that means I have to go toe to toe with my own dad, AKA grandpa, to keep my child innocent just a little bit longer, then I'm going to have to make myself feel uncomfortable to do that. I'm going to have to say, No, no, we don't talk like that here. Nope. If you feel that way, you need to exit, go to the other room. But we're not going to talk about that in front of the kiddo. You have to have your child know that you're on their team, not sitting there silent. Well, I didn't say anything. Well, I didn't participate. Doesn't matter. Your child knows you're not defending. I'm not asking you to defend your ex-husband. I'm not asking you to go to his rescue. I'm asking you to go to your child's rescue and tell the people in the room to stop. Stop running their mouths in front of the kid, because that kid, no matter what has happened in their life, still loves that other parent, still doesn't want to hear bad things about him, still wants to hold out hope that everything's going to be okay, even after the divorce. But when they start having people they love also, like grandpa, getting in their ear, saying things, it changes kids little by little, weekend by weekend, comment by comment, time after time, to where at some point, at some visitation, that child may very well walk up to grandpa and say, "You need to shut up. That's my dad." And so as you sit there as a divorced person watching all of this, you need to have those talks. Have a talk with your extended family. Hey, we don't talk about stuff like that in front of the kids. Nope. If I start to, stop me. If you start, I'll stop you. But we can't talk. There's so many other opportunities when kids aren't around to talk and have adult conversation. We don't need to have our kids listening to those things. I don't care if your ex-husband is 100% guilty of all crimes accused of. We don't let our kids know about that. Your kids will get to an age, well, they'll figure it out on their own. We don't need anybody going around popping bubbles prematurely. Let your kids figure shit out on their own. They don't need to be told by grandpa how piece of a shit their dad is. They don't need to be told that. They'll figure it out on their own. Let them figure it out on their own. Don't be the common denominator that leads them down that path. Nope, you stay the hell out of it. And you are the parent of that child. So you need to protect them. And it might be from your family. Now, the other side of this, what if it's his family bashing on you? Is there anything you can do about that? No. You can request them to stop. You can demand them to stop. You can put court orders in. You can't stop it. You would hope that equal treatment of you not doing it would make them not do it, but that's not always the case. So what can you do? Talk to your kids. Have them know you so well. Have them love you so much. Have them trust you so much that they know right from wrong. They know when bullshit is said about you. They know when untruths are told. They know that mom would never do that. Mom would never say that. That's not who mom is. And remind them, you don't have to defend me. As long as you know the truth, that's all I care about. I don't care what they say. I don't care if they run their mouth. It won't affect me. Don't let it affect you. You have to teach your kids that not everybody plays fair. People will talk. People may say bad things. But what you have to do is show them the right way to conduct yourself and your family members around your child. Show them that a household can be friendly. Show them that a household can be safe. Show them that a household doesn't have to have toxicity talking about their other parent. Show them that your house is the safe house. Show them that your house is the house that they can talk freely about their other parent. Yes, you can talk about dad here. Go ahead. Tell me the good things. Tell me the great things you do. Let your child feel safe to express themselves about the good, because if there ever is bad, they know who to go to. They know who to trust. And maybe that's the conversation you need to have with grandpa, that if anything ever happened to her, she won't come to you. She won't tell you because she knows you already hate her dad because you've told her. So if you could, keep your feelings to yourself, or at least away from her, so that she would trust you, that if there's something ever she needed to say, she could, if I'm not around. Have those conversations with your extended family, and push come to shove, I'm here to tell you, this might be a season of reducing who you hang out with. And that includes family. Your circle just got smaller by saying you're getting divorced. It's okay to cut people out to protect your kids. You have my permission. So If you found this episode helpful, share it with someone, tag someone, do whatever it is that you need to do to get this message out. Maybe send it to grandpa. I dare you. But stick around. There's going to be more episodes talking about the ugly truths of divorce.